Welcome, everyone. This is the West Coast Podcast. What the fuck is going on? We are here. This is Zach and Knock here from the station. A lot going on tonight. Knock, what do you make of all this that's going on?
Man,
Knock is apparently
jumping right into it.
Okay.
It's nothing is confirmed. I think we're out of sync, bro. I think I heard you delayed. If you're in the chat right now, I see Newman Code jump in here. Let us know if the sound quality is good. Let's make sure. Let's do the technical stuff first. Make sure you can hear us well. If you can hear Zach, if you can hear me, how's the volume? How's it coming through in your end? We all get situated. It's all jumping here. We got a lot to talk about right now. We might get a appearance from the CEO himself, Eric. He might make an appearance, so we'll definitely check out for that. Zach's doing his mic real quick.
Let me know if you can hear me.
You sound golden right now.
All right, let me ditch the music because it's time to cut the shit, Tony. What is going on?
Oh man, I see Newman Code jumping in, man. What's up? Let's just, before we get into it, nothing has been confirmed right now, but literally things are leaking at the seams. I mean, everywhere we look, from all the verified big news, I don't want to say journalists, but big news outlets, things are popping in.
Yeah. I was going to kind of recap the day here. So the stock finished pretty well today. Okay. That should have been a sign. The stock finished pretty well. Stephanie had this letter to go out there basically stating that she was stepping down and she is revealed that she is just going to have a normal life and Nick Khan is going to be the only CEO, which now Vince McMahon is, oh man, head of the table, you want to say, Knock?
Yeah, head of the table. Let's break this down step by step, like Zach said. So the roast. Another thing I did see was there was a Vegas betting on who would buy it. Like they had like Tony Khan in there. They had Disney, NBC, all the people, Saudi Arabia. The betting line has now been closed. Okay. Again, nothing's been confirmed, but we're getting a lot of signs pointing at a lot of. And like Zach just put on the screen, as you guys can see there, we have the Stephanie McMahon address announcing she's done after 8 months. What a 8 months, man.
Definitely. And again, like before the sale announcement was up there, the stock has been rising since Vince came back. Unreal that this man has just like can get through every 10 years and now cancel culture and everything. He just skips by and he's here to just say, you know what? You don't want me to play with my toys. I'm having a rummage sale and selling the whole damn lot.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm not surprised. I shouldn't be surprised it happened so quickly too. It said like he's actually back. Now we have board members leaving or getting resigning, getting fired. What if you will? We started the year with 11 board members. We are down to 5, and all 5 of them unanimously as the head. Hold on! Breaking news here.
Eric, what do you make of all this?
As the CEO, as a man of business, I've been saying it all along. You've got to sell before you buy. Vince has, but you know what? I get why Vince had to do this. I get it. All you people out there judging, upset about this. Vince had bills to pay. Those ladies didn't come cheap, so he had to make it back. I'm all for this. I'm glad Vince has got money to spend on the ladies again to go out and replace Linda. If Linda was patient, she would get some of this Saudi money, but she ain't getting it now.
Unreal. Chris Kane, we're going to talk about Sami Zayn in a bit. Primetime, thanks for joining. All of you, thanks for joining. This is madness. Yes, he's escaping cancel culture. As some people say, he's got the complexion for the deflection. Instead of SmackDown. Yeah, this is like the last place we wanted everything to get sold to.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Like we did see the front runner articles, but I don't think anybody took that seriously. I don't think anybody thought that was a possibility.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is being reported by. Oh, you can go ahead.
Oh well, I was going to ask. Do you?
I just want to jump in real quick and say, ever look at the eyes and say,
I will look you in the eye. I'll look everyone in the eye and say that this sale.
I want you to look at me in the eye, Eric.
As the CEO,
and tell me,
as a fan
nowadays, how does Impact Wrestling look nowadays? Impact's looking mighty fine right now.
That's a good point.
A whole lot of talent coming in.
That's a good point. So Saudi Arabia is in the business of buying pro wrestling, and they said no. They said we don't want Impact. They said Impact is not on the table. We don't even want to think about Impact. We want WWE. You know why the Prince probably bought it? He thought John Cena was in the deal. His heart's gonna be broken.
My heart's broken just thinking about this fucking deal. It is being. Where'd everyone else go? I'll just get rid of me too. Yeah, so places like Wrestle Talk News and wherever else you're getting your news sources are basically stating this. And Saudi Arabia's public investment fund company will be going private with it as well. And the last bit I want to get out here before I get you guys' opinion again. Where is it? A legal person who uses Twitter says that it's not completely finalized yet, and there are legalities to go through as the company is publicly traded, and they do have to let their stock people and everyone else involved know. But apparently it is a deal that has agreed upon in principle between the two parties.
Yeah. I mean, they have to go private. There's no way that can be a public company after this.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that this happened so quickly, if it's true, Vince had this deal in the works. I want to say since they first started in Saudi. This can't be something that was like spur of the moment. Yeah, they had to have it in their back pocket.
He had to have.
Do you think he was in communications while he was
Things were so like
golf?
Sporadic, and you do this deal with Saudi Arabia out of nowhere, and then you're firing people left and right, trying to make your company look profitable. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know if it's on my end or not, but I know there's a slight delay going on. Is it just me, or do you guys hear it on anybody else's side? Let us know in the chat.
I hear a delay on you, Knock, but that I can't really trust my internet.
I'm on my phone, so I hear a delay too. So I think we're all just working with what we got.
All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah, let's know in the chat what you guys. We're only 10 days, 11 days into the year, and shit's going down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is, and way to take away from your other show's hype. Like, you couldn't have done this tomorrow during Dynamite.
Right, exactly. I'm pretty sure if this happened during Dynamite, everyone would just like stop watching. Live people would walk out just to look up the news.
Yeah,
that would have been a strategic fucked up during Dynamite.
Right. Oh man. So have you said you haven't mentioned Sami Zayn yet?
No, let me we'll talk about the timeline in a bit. Someone put up a really nice graphic.
Yeah, I want to get into some people.
Let me talk about. Yeah. No, we'll do it right now. Let's talk WrestleMania right now. Do you think The Rock is even going to show up with all this? Because he didn't want anything to do with all the other Saudi shows. Are we even going to get him this year now?
No. Because, I mean, he doesn't need the money. I'm pretty sure somebody... I have to check, but he's consistently top actor.
He...
Go ahead, Knock.
Yeah, I know and all that stuff, man. But yeah, if this happens, I don't see him doing it.
Yeah, he doesn't need the money. So, out of principle, he could just say no.
Yeah. Our WrestleMania was shaping up to be something special. I don't know what the fuck it's going to shape up to be right now. So if anyone has any thoughts on what's going to be WrestleMania this year, I'm all for it because everything, and we'll get to Sami Zayn next. So, any more thoughts on this year's WrestleMania?
It's gonna be the Saudi Arabian Chief versus the Saudi Arabian Nightmare. It's can we? It just happens. We could actually have a WrestleMania at some point in Saudi Arabia. The shockwaves of this are crazy. Oh, WrestleMania Saudi Arabia. They might lose so many people for WrestleMania this year. Logan Paul probably. Oh, I'm sure Logan Paul will keep doing it. He's fine with that. But yeah, this is going to limit a lot of their guests and roster potential.
All right. Black Alec in the chat says WrestleMania is going away from the U.S. and no more toy line. That is my next point. If you are in Philadelphia next year for WrestleMania, enjoy the last WrestleMania there ever will be. I do believe things are finalized enough to where they have to put this one on in Philadelphia. The city plans on that with its businesses and everything else around it. So I do believe this honestly could be the final WrestleMania in the U.S.
You think every year would be in Saudi then? Because money wise, I guess they would sell out. I'm guessing the Saudi events do always sell out, but
yeah,
that's if they do that, AEW is going to have to take over. They're going to have to become number one because they're going to be the main place for live
and
big
Impact
events.
Would be number 2.
Absolutely not. Now, you're right, Knock. I agree with you 100%. Impact is number 2.
Belong.
You're damn right. Impact is number 2. You heard it here, folks.
Teal's time. Let us know what you think of all this madness. This is some messed up shit. I cannot believe this is and let's just get into it right now then. Sami Zayn, the biggest thing going in your company next to Roman Reigns. Is he even going to want to do WrestleMania? Is he just going to walk out? What do you guys think about Sami Zayn? And we'll talk about the rest of the roster later.
It's such a shame, man. And Sami Zayn is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's still a bit of but I'm gonna try to get some stuff. Yeah, Sami Zayn. I think he's gone. If this is true, I think he's gone, and it's a shame too because he had to doing his entire career, and he deserves more than this. They say Triple H is still in charge of creative, but they also said a week ago that nothing was going to change, and now Stephanie McMahon's gone, and Vince McMahon was not going to have control. He's not going to be the head of the board, but now he is. So I think he's back as president, I believe, right? So I mean, at this point, everything is up. I can't take their word for being their word, and a lot of people are going to be out the door if this is true.
Yeah, I mean,
executive chairman. Executive chairman.
Yeah, executive chairman of the board. I mean, Sami has a charity that goes against Saudi directly, I believe, and I think he's definitely gonna be gone. I just hope that he does it safely, because I mean, if you follow real news, Saudi Arabia does have a very, very messed up way of dealing with people who go against them. So I hope he does it safely. Maybe work through his contract, but he could go to AEW. That's his safe haven if he wants to.
Everything was working out so well. Everything, every storyline, every bit, every week, the layout of everything was Sami Zayn. He was getting what we all wanted him to finally get in WWE on the big stage. And now it's just all turned to shit with everything else. And even Black Alec, what does this mean for the women? New pointed out KO and John Cena. We mentioned his name this late at night. But there's so many moving parts to this.
So many. I can't imagine a time where we've had this many seismic shifts in wrestling. Last year, first of all, Tony Khan making AEW huge, and Triple H taking over, that caused another shift. People want to jump back ship. Yeah. Their new life in WWE. People are watching Raw again and being happy. And now this stuff, bro, this is insane.
For real, yeah. I mean, if we'll see how this is either going to destroy WWE as a whole, or everything stays exactly the same. Like there's no plus side to this. There's no positive. I can't imagine women are going to be too happy about this. Yeah, I WWE is just going to become toxic again, and this might be the end of it.
I agree. I don't see too many positives coming out of this. We'll know more as the sale goes through, but I'm sure Vince, part of the deal is that he's part of creative. I can totally see that. This is so this is so bad. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch NXT tonight.
I mean, yeah. Speaking of NXT, they had a big show tonight. They had a number one contenders match for the women, and then the world title match was on the line. So like, this got completely just run over.
Right. I am gonna jump off in a minute because I gotta actually eat on my lunch break. But I will say what's crazy about the situation too is that I don't think the fans are what's gonna kill WWE because like we've said all like before, Vince is outside of the popularity bubble to where unless he physically breaks the law, he's not gonna be punished. Because he's just on that fringe. So it's going to come down to the roster. If the roster stays, then WWE's fine. But if they leave, then they're canceled. That's the end of it.
It's interesting to see who's tweeting about it. No one really in WWE is tweeting about it. A lot of independent wrestlers and AEW people are. Do you guys think there could be a mass walkout soon?
Ooh, I could see it. It is a possibility. But with that question, I am going to jump off. I just want to say, Vince, I will see you on the greens next Friday. I congratulate you on the sale, my brother, and to all of you kids out there who want to be like Vince and make the big bucks, sell out. It is the best thing you can do from the Just Us League Inc. Have a good night.
See you later, CEO.
Shout out to Eric jumping in the chat, man. Really appreciated him doing double duty today.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm caught up now. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Let me hit up some chats and get your thoughts on all this. Primetime points out some good stuff. He doesn't want Saudi to own the catalogs. Anyone talking about the history or what they'll do with it? And do you think it'll stay on Peacock? And just to go in with that, do you think this affects the TV deals, or do you think they might stay in place and try to get more money?
That is tough. I mean, if Saudi's big balling like this, I think the TV is going to want that money coming in too.
Yeah,
that's really tough. I don't know how that works out because UFC still does Saudi shows as well. I mean, they're not owned by Saudi, obviously, and it's still on ESPN. That's still on a lot of the Disney platforms, and that's okay. So I can't imagine them losing the TV deal. But as far as the wrestlers and the talent, you're losing a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Black Alex said, SRS said the entire roster is pissed. There it is. Thank you for the update, Black Alec.
Yeah, that's really tough, bro. I gotta see some official stuff. I really want to know. Can you imagine working there right now, man? And seeing all this, whether it comes to be true or not, you're probably like, "What the fuck, man?"
Right.
Want to wrestle? Just living a dream, chilling, and all this shit going down.
Let's go through the timeline. Someone made a really cool little pick on here. It was not me. If you see this online, thank whoever has it. I'm going to take us off. Let's go down the timeline and see what happened since June 15th.
Gosh.
That's when the Wall Street Journal broke the story about Vince and his hush money and where he likes to put his dinosaur bone. June 17th, Stephanie was named interim CEO, and Vince had his SmackDown appearance. Vince was on Raw, where he floated through air on June 20th. On the 21st, Bruce Pritchard was named interim head of talent relations. On the 8th of July, the Wall Street Journal's second story breaks more allegations of where he dusted on women's faces. July 22nd, Vince McMahon retires. Stephanie, chairwoman, co-CEO. Nick Khan, co-CEO. Triple H, the EVP of Talent Relations. What a glorious day July 22nd was. We go to July 25th, the WWE press release with formal announcements of roles, and Triple H named head of creative. August 8th, that's a beautiful day, by the way. John Laurinaitis reportedly leaves. He was fired prior week, and we're catching up now. December 14th. So between August, late July and December, We had glorious stuff from WWE, great storytelling, happy talent, a lot of comebacks. We're getting down to the news now. December 14th, another Wall Street Journal story breaks. We are in 2023 now, January 5th. The Wall Street Journal reports Vince is plotting WWE return, and this is the verbiage that they use because this is what an evil mastermind does. He plots his return. January 6th, Vince returns to the board of directors, basically holding them hostage, saying, if you want better TV deals, if you want better presentation for a full-on sale like we're seeing tonight, you need me in charge and be seen as a united front because I do hold 80% of the shares. And we're hitting now January 10th, 10 motherfucking days into the year, and it's already blown 2022's wild stories out of the water. Stephanie resigns and Vince is named executive chairman. What a fucking roller coaster, knock.
Gosh. Oh man, this is one of those roller coasters where they tell you at the end the ride broke down, you'll be stuck upside down for the next 20 minutes. Like this is insane. Oh man.
So welcome to the chat. This is not storyline. This is real deal Holyfield. Knock and I are here. Eric, the CEO, came in. We're trying to break this all down and get everyone's thoughts on here because this is wild. Our television viewing pleasure of the last since mid-July has been nothing now. Everything can be flushed down the toilet, but there is time for the sale to fall through.
There is, and again, nothing has been confirmed yet. It is just super wild, and like I can't imagine what the wrestlers are thinking. People who just came back to the company. Wow, man, what a time! What a time! And I actually got a question for you. I got a question. I don't know if anyone said this. I see some people in the chat. What's up, Alonzo? If this goes down, if this happens to be true, what will be more of a bigger impact? Vince winning the Monday Night Wars, buying WCW, or selling to Saudi Arabia? What will go down in history as the bigger impact? The Will River Vince for this?
Oh man, he won't do anything on television because he's going to shit on his own people, which I think was his game plan all along since he got outed.
Yeah,
back in June.
I mean, you've seen how he was dancing around once it came on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I think this is how we remember him. He didn't want to go out on a tweet. And let me say, AMH, welcome to the chat. Make sure you hit subscribe because we just pop up out of nowhere and do stuff like this. Thank you for joining. Vince did say he would kill his creation. You are correct.
Oh man. So again, if this happens to be true, yeah, Vince killing it, man. It looks like Mercedes might have made the right choice. Looks like a lot of people might have ducked out of Dodge. Maybe Andrade will rethink where he wants to go.
Yeah,
he's saying bye.
Delete that.
He's like, no, I was just kidding. I was getting a new mask. I'm saying bye to the mask.
Yeah. Oh my god,
man, it's crazy. Like the moving pieces. When we said Triple H is in charge, people, some of his guys want to come back. Regal wants to maybe come back. You know, I was thinking maybe Samoa Joe. Now Vince back in charge, thinking about selling. Like, you know what? Maybe I'll stay put.
Yeah,
Swerve
Regal. Yeah, Swerve did a good job. Keith Lee too, not going down the route of Rusev and Aleister Black, and
it's crazy. I'm still refreshing the Twitter timeline, trying to see what's going on. And funny enough, another rumor going on that got swept under the rug. I was going to bring it up in the podcast this Sunday. Check it out. Podcast 4 p.m. West Coast, 7 p.m. East Coast. I was going to say Chelsea Green signed back to WWE.
Yeah, she's been signed for a little bit. Like,
just get the brooms.
Oh man, I just feel so fucking bad. There's so many talent that are happy now. Noob says SRS Fightful said that nobody in WWE have commented as of yet. Do you think Mansoor?
We're not going to hear a comment. We're not going to hear nothing crazy until maybe tomorrow, maybe a day after.
When Mansoor gets the United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and beats Roman Reigns, that's when we know that pen took to paper and we're going to something.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Look out, brother. It's the Hulkster. Chances are Tony Khan is the big winner in this. He is. Vince McMahon. We said this. Vince McMahon is Tony Khan's best employee. He does the best fucking... You're going to AEW tomorrow. You have got to be through the moon on what the crowd is going to be. AEW fan base are AEW diehards.
Guess what I'm excited for? I'm excited for that Max Caster rap. And I'm actually glad you brought that up tomorrow because I'm going to AEW Dynamite. at the Kia Forum with my girlfriend tomorrow, and I was trying to explain to her before I went on live with you, Zach, the "Scissor Me Daddy" chants. I was trying to do my best to explain to her, "Oh, scissor me daddy," and why it makes sense. And I was struggling, man. I was really struggling.
You're gonna have a blast tomorrow.
Yeah. I hope the
this
energy she gets with the energy and stuff.
I think Tony Khan is gonna be so through the moon on this. Everyone gets like free popcorn and cocaine tomorrow. I think you're gonna get a voucher from TK himself. He has got to be just line upon line tonight. No mirror is safe.
He's working on that tweet, man. He has a tweet coming.
Oh my gosh. What else we got? Asuka taking a break. That was a smart move. So many serendipitous smart moves by so many people, and I just feel bad for William Regal, who thought he was making the better move.
Yeah, man. Because
Carnage.
he genuinely looked happy in AEW, man. I know he left for the his son and all that stuff, but he genuinely looked happy.
Yeah. Oh man. What like I again, you do this during one of your programs and you let the news kind of get out. They have control over like kind of how this stuff gets out. What does that say about NXT and lower card talents and what happens with all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like you brushed all that run. Another one I saw, Carl Fredericks, an NGPW guy.
Yep.
He got signed today. There's all those rumors about Jay White. His contract's up in New Japan. He's about to be leaving. Maybe he might be taking a U-turn back to AEW.
I think so. Could you imagine that? You just announced that, like, was it today or yesterday? And you're just like, all right, well, now my choice is down to one.
Oh, man. Let's see. Carnage Rage, read my comment. Did you get the Carnage Rage comment?
Here we go.
Let's see.
Vince wants to ruin his own company. Go right ahead. Japanese pro wrestling, man. Oh man, the Punk chance tomorrow. That's the next thing that's going to happen, man. I bet you $30 Tony Khan is going to be riding so high on the white lines. You're going to fucking have Punk back tomorrow in the first hour.
I really hope the Elite, all of them, sit down together and realize, this is bigger than them. They have a chance to really make a really cool impact. And I know CM Punk's not the best. People said that, but I know other people respect him, and like FTR, some other people in the back said they had some good conversations about him. He draws. I think they do need him. I think it'll be good. You can really strike right now with a good roster.
Yeah. A-Mate saying maybe Triple H start his own company with him and Stephanie. Hell, throw Shane in there too, and maybe some other people.
Freddie Prince.
Freddie
Prince is about to win big with the Sidees.
What happens to people like Scarlett? There's a lot of women who's this is going to really affect.
Yeah, I can honestly see Karen going back to being by himself. I wonder if we find out that Vince has been planning the Saudi Arabia sale for a while, when we look back at some of the people that got fired or some of the decisions they made, if it resulted from that. Because why did Killer Karrion Kross get brought up without Scarlett the first time when Vince was in charge? Some decision like that I might look back on and think like, I wonder if there was some influence there, or like who was he talking to? Like this is like a master plan. Was he behind this master? Who's behind this master plan? And earlier today, we were coining the phrase, we're the oracles of wrestling, where everyone's stealing our stuff or predicting this type of stuff. And I've been saying on the podcast for months that Rhea Ripley will win the IC championship or US title this year. Today, they put out a video saying Kofi Kingston thinks the same thing. I've been saying it for months. But my point with bringing that up is, I don't know if that's going to happen now if this goes through. I don't think they're going to push a woman for a men's title.
I don't think they are either. I really feel bad about all the progress that Triple H and the women in NXT did going into what was probably one of my favorite WrestleMania main events last year with Bianca and Sasha. I'm just so disappointed right now. I'm so disappointed in WWE and Vince McMahon.
Yeah, like for the longest, I always thought like he doesn't love wrestling anymore. He's probably sick of it. He doesn't care. But if he does this, man, he really does not give a fuck. Like it's good for, like, I guess people try to cover it. It's big news, it's crazy stuff, it's drama. But this is terrible for wrestling fans. This is terrible across the board. I love AEW, but AEW needs competition. Wrestling needs competition. You have PlayStation versus Xbox. You have Uber versus Lyft. Like all this stuff. You need competition. You can't have one NBA team. You can't have one NFL team. You need teams. So This is terrible.
This is really bad. I might start checking out NWA in the season premieres as well, or NWA. Oh my god.
Yeah. T1111. Wonder how this will affect NXT Europe. Yeah, that's done. I'm pretty sure that's over with. AMH. This is a good point. I'm glad you brought this up. He says Saudi trying to buy everything. WWE, Newcastle, Ronaldo, golf. I watch a lot of sports and I'm always checking stuff out. And that's a great point because I should have picked up on that. He said he mentioned this stuff in Saudi Arabia, they got the what is it called, the Live or LIV golfing tournament, and that was taken away from all the PGA guys. They're trying to fight back and ban it because they're offering these guys so much money, and PGA wasn't really for it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're buying all this golf stuff. They're offering all these they offered Ronaldo like 300 million a year or something, some ludicrous number to come play soccer over there. And they own some soccer clubs in Europe. PSG, I believe they own. They just did the World Cup a few weeks ago, which was amazing. Which featured a lot of Saudi Arabia talent.
Yeah.
With what's his name, Messi plays for one of their teams, as well as Kylian Mbappe. So
and you
go ahead.
You can finish. No, you can finish. You're good.
I was gonna say, like, they're everywhere. So I'm glad AMH brought that up because they're spending that money.
They are. And since you mentioned World Cup, look at all the controversy and the stuff that couldn't go on, the type of cheering that couldn't go on, the stuff with the women that couldn't go on, stuff with the uniforms that could not go on. That is about to happen right here.
Hold on. Is this true? Or is that Scarlet Raid jumping the gun? He says, breaking news, Dragon Lee sides with WWE. Breaking news, Dragon Lee has been released.
I mean, that's it. And I'm going to go over here to the Hulkster really quick. Look at all the high dollar female talent that got let go and all that just to sell it to the Saudi Arabian group. I mean, that's all this stuff in hindsight. It's starting to make sense now.
It really is. Like, so I wonder what all those backstage struggles were going on. Like, there has to be some blowouts backstage. I don't know when Shane left or if that might factor in anything.
Last year's Royal Rumble.
Okay. There was just so much like questionable decision making they were doing it, and like I know we all think like, is Vince going crazy? What's going on with him? But like, was someone else pulling the strings? Grand opening, grand closing.
Chris Rock should get a nickel every time someone says that, especially WWE. Anything else that's just like that we didn't touch on with this, because again, the big thing is Sami Zayn, the public investment fund taking over WWE is going to be pretty bad news for a lot of the employees at corporate as well, because they're going to have their versions of their people already in line for that. If you're in areas like the finance or anything like that, you're kind of looking at getting your resume straight.
Yeah, that's. I mean, as someone who just seen firsthand know how these things work, a lot of people are going to be laid off. Either way, like, we've seen it when Vince came in. If he doesn't sell, they're getting laid off, and then you go to sell. If he does sell, it's going to be even worse. So, this is unbelievable, bro.
We are going to WrestleMania this year. We were so hyped. We're going.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. There's so much going on. I forgot about that.
I was so hopeful with the Triple H era. We were gonna have so much fun because we didn't know what it was gonna be. All these people were hyped up for their storylines that they had pitched, and now it's just gonna be back to how it was beforehand. And I'm just very.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe after Triple H took over and he put on that great SummerSlam, that's when we said, "Oh, fuck it, let's go."
Yeah. And here we go. This might be our WrestleMania. Brock and Goldberg going to win million champions right now. Brock and Mansoor at Saudi Mania. Exactly. And this is going to sum it up right here. Unfortunately, breaking news, all female talent has been released by WWE. Women's division disbanded.
Man, it's crazy too, because like, this is my first WrestleMania. This will be my first one. And it's up in the air what's going on.
Yep, big time.
Oh
man. Dan the Man Boxing, welcome to the station. This is crazy stuff. We just had to come on. So if you're not subscribed, hit subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon, because we just jump on randomly. But I don't know what's going to happen to the NXT brands as well, because why why not let your show shine for the night?
Mm-hmm.
Why overcloud it?
Man, this is exactly like you just don't. Didn't they spoil NXT UK happening? And they don't care about NXT, man.
Nah.
It's funny. I'm starting to see people post about Goldberg returning. He's about to get his payday. I'm still trying to scroll through the line, see if there's any more updates. Nothing yet. Still, nothing's been confirmed. But this is the big thing hitting the internet. Everyone's talking about it. Leaks are coming from everywhere. So something for sure is happening. Two small things that happened today. Ricochet got engaged today, man. Shout out to Ricochet and Samantha Irvin. Damn.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal returned to NXT right before all this.
Did he really?
He did.
Oh my God! Again, people know stuff there. MVP storylines coming to a fault. That's for sure.
Yeah, Vince ain't gonna fuck with that. It's crazy because every time the Hurt Business comes together, they can never get the proper booking.
Nope. Breaking news: Triple H takes control of OVW. Breaking news: Sami Zayn released by WWE. See, like all these things, they're very funny, Carnage. But we're now at a time where that can be 100% true. I would say this deal could take about 3 months if I'm like trying to register all the deals that were recently done in Hollywood, big studios like Warner Brothers and Discovery Plus and all these other ones. So in my mind, 3 months is usually what they do to go through, if they have to go through the FCC and stuff like that and the financial transactions and whatnot. So we have some time for Father Time to say hi to Vince.
Triple H, please just get me through WrestleMania, man. Please make my purchase worth it. Get me through WrestleMania.
Here it is. Okay, that is it. Knock just put it up there. That has to be it. WrestleMania has to be Triple H's series finale.
Yeah,
so whatever it is,
finale, swan song. Give him a WrestleMania run, please.
Yes, have this be his last thing. Have it be. This will be about 3 months, anyways. Just Triple H write like this is going to be it for you. This is the last bit you're going to write from now until WrestleMania.
Man, I wonder what Cody's thinking too, man.
I gotta say, man, Impact is looking real fucking good. And speaking of Datilla, how are you doing? How are you looking forward to WrestleMania? We know you're going both nights. What are your thoughts on this? Let me just hit up a couple more chats here while she chimes in. Wonder if they want WWE to have more shows over there, like we're on SmackDown. That'd be terrible. Family people will not like that. Like Kevin Owens, who'll probably quit anyway.
Definitely not.
And Kofi and other people. It'll be very interesting to see if fans are going to hijack the WWE events with Saudi. Ooh, that is good. Thanks for subbing, Dan the Man. Boxing, appreciate that. And AMH too. Thank you.
Yeah, AMH, I've seen him sub as well. Datilla, well, I was excited about WrestleMania, but I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, we're not sure either. We're just talking about that. I was telling Eric was here for his break about 20 minutes ago now. I was telling him Impact looking real good nowadays. We might have a new Impact fan soon.
They can murder people all they want now because it'll be better than what's going to happen in WWE. Cody's going to job demand store probably. Tomorrow morning, you have to think Jim Cornette will announce the opening of his new AEW or his new territory. Oh my God. I cannot, just the gut feeling of this past week and now this actually happening. How like, you get to actually like you get to make the big payday in WWE, and you also like during this Triple H era, you got to have longer matches. People were having great matches on TV. There were 2 to 3 commercial breaks. A lot of people were getting shine. Ali was getting multiple little story angles. None of them like fully went through, but at least he was featured on TV and had good matches. All that can just be gone now.
Yeah, I'm still in shock here. Like when you mentioned WrestleMania, that was completely out of my thought. And now we're seeing all this stuff, like the good stuff that happened. Like you were enjoying Raw. We've been saying for what, a year of the podcast. Oh, here comes Zach taking the bullet, watching Raw for us, and now finally get to enjoy it.
It was so bad. Like I don't want to go back to watching Raw with a razor blade. I don't want to do this again. Now we're getting back to it. I cannot believe this. More breaking news from Carnage. Gabe Sapolsky has been released by WWE. Oh man.
Oh man, I had a thought before. Oh man, don't make me forget it. Don't make me forget it. I had a thought.
Good point. If you get that, we have to make him watch it like a Clockwork Orange, Datilla, just so you know. Cody Rhodes is probably regretting leaving AEW, and I doubt Tony Khan will bring him back after the things Cody said about AEW's departure.
No, I think he didn't say as much as he wanted to. I think they're still on decent terms to bring him back for sure. I think Tony would bring him.
Right. And no, Dattila,
Okay.
only the one and only is going to be at Dynamite tomorrow. That is knock.
It'll just be me at Dynamite tomorrow. I'm gonna be putting up some live footage. Hopefully maybe Sasha debuts, get that on the channel. So definitely check it out. Look forward to seeing whoever's there. West Coast Pop will be in the building. Final Boss will be there. But before I forget, I gotta get it out, Zach. We're the oracles of wrestling now.
Okay.
I think I know what's been happening. We were so confused on why Vince was making all these decisions, pulling all these strings. Now, who do you know that could have been trying to purchase WWE that's very conservative, that would have a problem with wrestlers having a Twitch or the OnlyFans or all the other side stuff they do? Who would have a problem with that? Some things are starting to make sense now. We were blaming Nick Khan. They were fine having us put the blame on Nick Khan, but it wasn't him after all. If Saudi Arabia was in this for the long haul, trying to purchase WWE, I can see them having a problem with wrestlers, their talent being on Twitch, being on these other third-party services.
Right.
I'm starting to think they was pulling the strings for years now, man. It was Saudi all along. It wasn't Vince.
Oh, I think you're right. It was Saudi all along. I can't believe this is fucking happening.
Because they had the early 2010s WWE dipped for sure.
Yes.
2015, 2016, started picking it up, starting to get some good stuff. Then all of a sudden there was like a twist where things just got weird and I know some things haven't made sense with WWE, but this for sure just was not making sense. And I think Saudi's been in the market for a while now. I think we're gonna find it's been a few years.
I think you're right. With all the backlash for the Saudi shows, this is the only reasoning for keep going with it and signing that big deal. And also happened because Vince McMahon hated that he's forced to retire and couldn't stand the fact that someone else was running WWE. That's what I'm saying. He was stewing. That's what he did in his little retirement. He didn't play mahjong. He didn't go golfing. He didn't read a book. He stewed and just took all this in, this hate, and then he was contacting Saudi and worked this up all along.
Yeah.
Are you bringing a sign tomorrow, Knock, or no?
I wasn't, but you know what? Maybe I will. I do got to work in the morning, so it's going to be a little hectic of a day, but it'd be kind of cool to bring a sign.
Yeah, I remember back in the day we used to bring a lot of signs. Especially we got some front row seats in Green Bay. My favorite one I did, it was back when Teddy Long had the White Boy Challenge when he had Mark Henry and a couple other people. And I used to be, a little bit bigger of a guy too. So I did front row seat and had a meet and greet with Teddy Long, and I had hey, Teddy Long, challenge this white boy. Such a nice laugh he gave, and just he sold, but he was still a heel, and I fucking love Teddy Long.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, Swerve. G Ducks, thank you for joining. Mass talent walk up before SmackDown. Oh, here's my thought about that, which I was thinking as I put these slides together. I do believe we'll have a walkout after WrestleMania. I think that's when it'll happen. Everyone can get that WrestleMania payday. I think after that, and once the sales starts getting final, I think that's when the walkout would happen. What do you think, Knock?
I think so too. A lot of this stuff really does take a few months to really settle in. So I think some people are gonna quit right away. You have a tier of people that's gonna quit right away, get out of it. I think Sami will be in that boat. I don't think what he stands for. I think he'll jump ship. There's some people who hang on, say we'll just wait it out. We're still under Triple H. Well, I'll just wait it out until if he's gone, then I'm gone.
Yeah.
Once Triple H goes, you're gonna see a lot more people drop off. I think it's gonna be in waves. Again, I've seen this firsthand how companies take over. This is a different situation. It's more public, but things happen in waves, and we're gonna start seeing the trickle down effect for sure.
Yeah. And Carnage, I know you're joking on this, and I see where you're going. I think you're exactly right with it. The talent that people want, and especially any indie talent, it's going to be who can do the showmanship stuff, and especially the stuff like Goldberg, we all know can't really wrestle, but his showmanship for these Saudi shows. If you remember the very first one, what was the first Saudi show? It was a bunch of princes on couches. Now we have kids and stuff there, and the amount of women you can count on one hand. But I mean, That's what these Saudi shows are.
Yeah.
Jerry, it was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Hit up the Tilla's chat real quick. What section you gonna be in? I was trying to get a lot of different tickets, man. I was looking all over the place. I think the ones I ended up settling on were what is it? What is the section? There's that section on TV side where Mox comes out usually, but in the lower bowl. I think I'm over in that section.
Nice.
But yeah, definitely be on the lookout. I've never been to the Kia Forum either, so this is my first time there. I'm very excited for what will happen. Gonna try to catch some Dark. I don't know if I'm gonna be there for all of Dark, but I'll catch some of it. Definitely Dynamite and Rampage. I'll be there for all of those shows.
Nice. Perhaps going private to call off their investigation into Vince. The person that got let go was did you that let us know in the chat there, Knock? It was someone who was in charge of the investigation.
Yeah, the person that was in charge. He resigned, and then I think there was like 3 people that resigned. He was one of them included. Other people got let go. Like it's just been a madhouse since this all broke down.
Right. And you can see the timeline in front of you. Raleigh, thank you for joining in. Guessing we know Stephanie resigned now. Dad, head of the board. Then you probably said, by the way, Saudi Arabia company buying WWE. And she's like, I'm out. Bye. Yeah, that's probably what happened today. She's like, let me go clear out my locker really quick.
I know it's her dad, but I think at some point she just doesn't want to be a part of certain things. I mean, she was already about to go on leave before all this stuff happened.
Yep.
Which makes me think, did she know about this at that time and she wanted to go on leave, but then the Vince McMahon, like, what was the Wall Street Journal broke, so then she was kind of forced back into it.
Yeah, she had to know something of this. This is so big. She had to know something. Like, I don't know. Snafu Snaps 3, thanks for joining. We appreciate you. Look at this world war that could be going on here with the government jobs and everything like that. Like, grand scheme of things, Snafu, you might be onto something.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat? Are you guys any AEW fans here? Anybody Impact Wrestling? I know we got the tail in there. She says she liked the Kia Forum setup better than Staples Center. So I've been to Staples Center. Staples Center was cool. We usually get the seats right behind the ring. So you can't really see too much of the entrances. So hopefully, if that's better for Kia Forum, that'd be nice to see some of the entrances.
I'll be looking for you on TV. I'm sure they'll be at some point on there.
Hope so. Hopefully I'll be wearing my West Coast Pop shirt, man. I need to get one.
I do too. I have our like fucking t-shirts that come in packs of 3.
My boy Alonzo, man, this is bogus.
Yeah. Hey, Mage, hope this doesn't get him hospitalized either. Can we just pretend this all isn't happening? Go back to being happy with the Triple H as long as it lasts. I wish we could. I really wish we could. Bye-bye to the women's division, Sami Zayn. That's what we touched on earlier. Aaron Pritchard, thank you for joining us. And the Hulkster, the standard match for every week show will be the match. Yep. Copy, paste. Welcome to Monday Night Raw.
Oh, man. Is there any other? Oh, I forgot to say there's another one. So another news that got swept under the rug today. Mandy Rose had an exclusive interview going on today. She was very upset about how everything broke down. She was proud of what she was doing, all the work she put in, becoming the third longest reigning champion, unifying the belts and bringing up Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. She was really proud of all that stuff. So she was just, just really broken about it.
Yeah, I watched that. It was on Tamara Hall. If you want to catch it, she played it smart and didn't blame them, but she said she wasn't really sure why she got fired when she got fired. But the thing is, like, I know talent was sent out stuff even back when Vince was around about what she was doing. So in some way or form, she was made aware of what she was doing, but she played it smart, and good for her. She had one hell of a year and gained all of our respect. So
yeah, definitely. Like, she really proved she could be a number one talent. So shout out to Mandy Rose. And she's from New York.
Mandy Sachs, that's a name right there.
Yes, sir.
That is New York. Any chance of getting sued by shareholders? We'll have to see, because there had been announced to shareholders reportedly by some sources that the sale is going through. That's why it's going to take some time as well. So we'll see. And we'll see what the shares do tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be telling all.
This was it today. I put the slide up earlier. So we'll see where it ends tomorrow and where it starts. So this is what it was today.
Okay, I'm just gonna send a photo with a chat real quick, Zach. I thought it was kind of funny.
And Datilla says she is excited for Hard to Kill. That is this Friday. We'll be covering it kind of live when we do Rampage, but Impact's Hard to Kill this Friday.
Yeah, very excited for that. They're really building up Bully Ray. They're talking about all these world championship wins he has. I think he's going to lose. Keep it on Josh Alexander. Have someone else up and comer take it off him, as he's now the longest reigning world champion in Impact history.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good one. I don't think I can get it on screen.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Sasha Banks and the headquarters blown up. That's good. Mercedes Moné, excuse me. Boy, did she make the right move. Holy shit. You know, a lot of us were thinking, will she come in the Rumble and do surprises like that? But man, again, right move made. Trinity has not put pen to paper yet. Who knows when she will show up somewhere else now. Oh man, this is just fucking nuts. So much can go on now.
So much. And there's this other thing too. Like, what does this do for some of their working relationships? I don't know how it is with New Japan, but they're supposed to have some people coming over. Are they going to still allow that? Man. Who else is on it? Who else is on the roster? Because I mean, we talk about Sami Zayn. That's like a definite one. I know Brian is not there anymore, but he refused to go.
Yeah. Someone mentioned earlier Cena.
Cena refused to go.
KO.
Oh, that's right. Oh, was AJ there?
I can't remember. I want to say AJ might have been there.
Okay. The Hulkster. Thanks for all the info. Have a good evening, everyone. Thanks for jumping in, man. Really appreciate
Thanks, Hulkster.
Yeah, for sure. Datilla, do you think Mercedes appears tomorrow? I think she has to be there. I think it's guaranteed. I think the crowd's going to go crazy. I think TK is having a blast right now. He's having a hell of a year. The Jaguars made the playoffs. This man's jumping for joy on the stage.
Time to do some lines if you're TK, man. Light it up. Scarface ain't got shit on him. Vinnie Mac is the greatest heel of all time. This is the biggest heel move. It is so like, I'll just tweet and retire. No, don't worry. I'm just going to go over here. I'm just going to, do the crosswords and relax, watch some Matlock. Don't worry about me. Pow! Today. Biggest heel move the motherfucker could have done ever. It's not just a sale. It's not just a Disney or a Comcast where you just have different parameters because, it's under a different company and an umbrella of what they want for their advertisers and stockholders. It is a different company with a mindset that half your roster doesn't even want to fucking think about dealing with.
Yeah, like the headaches, man. This is like, I thought, like, I want to know, like, who said it? Someone said it earlier about the smaller shareholders suing Vince McMahon. I remember reading something yesterday that Vince rewrote the bylaws so that certain lawsuits wouldn't be able to come into play. So
Unreal.
He took away a lot of the smaller shareholders' power, which they would have had to be able to sue. So, like, again, whoever was advising him or whoever's this was a long thought out plan, and like they went over every little detail. It looks like because he could be getting sued right now.
Yep. I want to cover something in just a second here. I just want to get through these chats here because thank you everyone for hanging out with us this evening as this news unfolds. Rosley 101. Yeah, pretty much. RIP WWE. Oh, man. Max Caster's rap and MJF tomorrow, Knock. Those are going to be two big things. The bidding war of 2024, I think, is no more.
Yeah, that's done. That's hilarious. I forgot about that.
Fat Lee says this 2 weeks in wrestling has just been insane. I 2022, you ain't got shit on 2023. Jerry said we're going to plot twist. It's all just part of a storyline for Vince. I don't think he's that creative. But Kelvin Robertson, thank you. Damn those wealthy sheiks, man. They're grabbing everything we have. And Datilla cannot wait for tomorrow. Let me just say this really quick, Knock. So Nick Khan was first hired on to set the company up, as we saw with all the money and the people going and getting fired. He was set up for bringing in WWE to get sold to begin with. It is in his contract that he gets a huge boost. And someone from the dirt sheet said they cannot say what the number is, but it's bigger than AEW's current TV deal money-wise. That's what Nick Khan gets when WWE is sold. Also, this past few days, they hired on someone from, I think it was Procter & Gamble, to assist them in getting the sale going quickly. So all these things have been in the works for a while, and it's just, man, hindsight's a bitch.
It really is. It really is, man. I'm at a lost word. I'm really trying to gather myself.
This is so fucking messed up. Yeah, I remember that. Remember when we're gonna get held hostage with bad storytelling and shit.
Man, he's taking it to another level.
He is. Pee Wee Barnes, thanks for joining.
No wonder. Man, shout out to everyone in chat, man, for sure. If you're enjoying it, if you were here to vent, here to just get some therapy, man, talk it through. We're here. Hit the like button if you can. Really appreciate all you guys in here.
We do. Oh man, there's so much that can be. There's so many little things now that might not be a part of WWE anymore, just because they are a lot of Americanized things. So if you look at a lot of the products, stuff with Mattel, the reason Mandy Rose got let go, that might not be going forward because maybe Saudi Arabia doesn't deal with those toys anymore. The video game aspect might be different. Licensing for merchandise might be different. Everything that we know about Americanized merchandise and programming and spin-offs, we have Bianca and Montez Ford with a Hulu television show coming. All that stuff might change as well. Finding WWE programming might change as well. I don't know where a lot of this stuff gets, if it's TV deals through the Saudi company or what it is. I don't know if you know, Knock, with all the sports that they've been doing.
Yeah, so as far as like the golf stuff, I haven't seen LIV for Saudi Arabia on anything, maybe a streaming service, but PGA kind of owns everything else. Like they're everywhere, so I can imagine them blocking that. What do they have there? They're doing golf. They got the soccer deals. So, but I mean, if you're NBC and you know this just goes through, do you really want to keep them on Peacock? Did they make you enough money to do that?
Right. But then look at too, they did put the Saudi shows on Peacock, so they were okay with that. But then again, you know, they scrubbed the WWE network before they put it on.
Yeah, so like my opinion, I do think they'll keep that. So actually, does anyone know? Do they still have the W network in Saudi Arabia? Because I know Peacock is kind of just for us in America.
Yeah, that's right.
That'd be interesting if they bring that back. I can imagine it'll be a heftier price. I just feel like everything's going to go up. I feel like the price is going to go up. They're going to want to recoup some money. I think the talent's going to get talent's going to be like. So then you have the what? Do you have the next in line? What happens with them? Does Saudi Arabia care about those people coming up?
I don't think so, and that's the whole thing too. The NXT expansions that were going to happen, I don't think those are going to happen as well. Man, all this structure is just going to be so changed in a year from now. The growth of NXT might not happen, especially in a place like India. It's everything is going to be their way, their beliefs, and their system. It's you're not going to see too many different things other than names, hair colors, and outfit colors.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Like we had an American, like this is an American-based company through and through. I'm trying to think of anything else I've ever like watched, been invested in. Have they ever went from like, you know, what they were based in to somewhere else?
Let me leave it this here. And
NFL sells to somewhere like go ahead.
I was gonna say, look at Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, an American company, and I love companies from all over the world. I love watching, and I know you do, and Eric does as well. We love different kinds of media and movies and all this stuff, and just finding out about different cultures. But another American company that recently underwent change, Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers with Warner Brothers Discovery. Look at the changes that they make. They are getting rid of their own stuff on their own streaming platforms to save money. They're doing so many weird things in that company, deleting movies and so many other things. What is going to happen when a foreign country now has control over this American country and wants to make it their own? I know Primetime and other people were talking about the WWE network. If you got old VHS Coliseum home videos or DVDs, hold on to them. I almost got rid of them when we moved recently. God. I still have them. You might lose your catalog. So if you still have stuff, if your mama didn't get rid of them in a rummage sale when you're younger, hold on to them, get them now while you can, because that might be the only way you watch past events.
Yeah, and that's a good point. So there's a lot of stuff to break down here because now you're getting into like what you got. So if you have those, any memorabilia, or like the old tapes, that might become very valuable soon. Like that's gonna become through the roof. If anybody guys are gamers, it was maybe last year, maybe a year and a half ago, PlayStation announced they were closing the PS3 store. And that's where you can get all these PS3 games. And the minute they did that, all the physical games skyrocketed. Like say it was like $10 today, tomorrow it was like 120. So I think that will happen with some of these WWE old tapes. So if you have some of those, if you want to watch them, If you want to hold on to him, if you want to sell him and make a quick profit, you might be able to. So just keep that in mind.
Yep, Jerry's got his. I still have all my old stuff that I keep. I have all my old cartridges from Nintendo and Super Nintendo. I still have my PS3 games just because of what you said. You hit me to that while that was happening, so that's why I held on to those. I do have the PS5 with the discs because I do have DVDs that I cannot find on streaming services. I know I'm like old and hacky like that, but it's just stuff like this that makes me like I don't know, man, like paranoid, and like this is why people have bunkers and like tons of canned food.
It's true though. It's true. Like things are just seismic shifts, man. Or like how Moxie said we joined AEW. A paradigm shift is happening. This is a huge paradigm shift. As we're talking about this, I just seen a clip of Rhea Ripley doing the suck it, and that's not going to fly very soon.
Nope. Oh my God, we're going to lose Street Dom. No.
Yeah, Street Dom going away. Again, there's a lot of layers to unpack with this, man.
Oh.
I think someone mentioned Scarlett earlier.
Yep. Oh man, there's so much that's just going to go away. All of like Vince's old, so Vince, even if he does put this as part of the verbiage in there because he is tight with the Saudi people, if he has in the verbiage that he goes back to creative, a lot of the stuff that he did in creative, he can't do either because look at, we have Emma back, but his whole thing with Emma was Emmalina, and that's a very sexualized thing. He can't do either. So his outdated ways of practice of making storytelling and characters, that's going to go by the wayside too.
And I wonder, like, again, now this is confirmed, but if this does happen, like, where's his ego at? Because he has to realize that too. Like you said, a lot of the shit he was famous for and got over with would not fly on their airwaves. You can't have people kissing your ass on live television, bro.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Like, come on. Like, this is what got you to the dance. This is what you're remembered for. And then you're gonna sell out like this. So I just see if Vince really wanted to sell out, he could have sold TV rights to have a reality TV show. You know how mad people would want to watch what's going on in this McMahon family household, have all these controversies, what the dinner's like when Vince takes away NXT from Triple H.
See, that is a perfect reality show. That replaces your fucked up Chrisleys on USA. That I would like to see.
Yeah, like, oh man. So the Young Bucks used to say killing the business on BT all the time, man. Killing the business. Vince took that literally.
You know, PWG just had a show here, Battle of Los Angeles again, and Jazz, who I cannot stand, showed up there. And like that seems like what's the way to go now. Is I'd rather see Jazz at PWG than what's going to happen to WWE after this sale goes through.
Yeah. Oh man. Who else am I thinking about? I can't imagine there's a lot of acts that are like on the fringe right now, like a hit row. I think they're gonna get, they might be in trouble. What's his name? So we got some breaking news coming in. Obviously, so the Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer, he says he's got some juice. And they're talking about an emergency show. So we'll be here live to report for anything we hear, man. But this is crazy.
Wow. There's so much going on with this. I cannot believe what's happening right now. All this great storytelling leading up to what could be a great WrestleMania is just tainted and just a huge shadow of Vince McMahon now leaning over anything that was enjoyable in WWE.
I really want to know because he has been watching. I want to know what he was watching. Like he's like, oh no, we can't have this. What? Walter versus Sheamus? Oh.
Everyone's having fun. No.
I don't think he liked Walter, right? Or Gunther.
No, yeah, he didn't. He's gonna bury him. I think there's a specific storyline he's gonna do as well.
I also want to know this. I'm throwing this out there. Do you think Triple H, when he took over, do you think he took over thinking, all right, I can just do my best here. I can make it last. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully I can do this for years. Or do you think he took over knowing he has to get all his best shit in now because he's going to have a limited time, like shit's going to hit the fan soon?
Oh, man, that's a good question.
Because like when I was seeing all these returns and him getting his people in, because I know Triple H, he has a lot of shit in his past, where he might not have been the best, but you can tell like he loves his business, he loves wrestling, and if you're a Triple H guy, he's going to take care of you. So when Triple H is bringing back all this talent, all this released talent, give them their spot, give them their proper time to shine on the main roster. we were thinking, oh, he's doing the Tony Khan thing where he's just spamming the return button. But if he went into taking over creative knowing he had a limited time, was he just trying to get his people in before it was too late?
That's a good point. I mean, you got to know something being in that family. And like you said, man, you don't just sit around and like twiddle your thumbs during Christmas time and at family gatherings.
Like, it's making me re-look at some of like these booking decisions and like just Triple H run, because I think he knew something. So I think he was trying to get his shit off, make things as fun as possible for the wrestler or for the wrestling fan, and get his wrestlers in to like at least have another shot before it's like this shit goes down.
That's a very good point. That's a good point, Knock. Let us know what you think in the chats. Let me just hit these up really quick. Rio McLovin from Canada. Really appreciate you chiming in. Thank you. Vince Screwed Vince and our guy Jonesy Chats Wrestling. Check out his YouTube channel as well. Great coverage. Wonder what this will mean for AEW. It means Coke for everyone. Feel sorry for the wrestlers who lose their jobs in WWE. Yes, the wrestlers and the corporate people as well, they're going to lose their jobs. And Rio chiming in again. Vince finally put the poison that he said he would. I love seeing that multiple times tonight because he did say that. And he's actually fucking doing it. This is unreal.
Yeah. Shout out to Jonesy Chats in the chat. Jonesy Chats Wrestling in the chat, man. What's up? Yeah. Only from the UK.
Vince Screwed Vince. That's coming up too. God, all these things are just summing up 2023 in WWE. This is so wild. I'm just really devastated by it.
Yeah. Man. Who else is there? We're breaking down the latest here. Zach has the timeline on screen right now for you guys to see, but we're all trying to figure out what does this mean for a lot of people. What does it mean for the wrestlers, the women's division, Sami Zayn, and like Zach even said, like Jonesy, I don't know if you have any old wrestling tapes, but hold on to those tight, man, because it's gonna be very hard to find some of this stuff.
Yep. And what does this mean? Will WWE go the same way as WCW? They're going to turn it into, I think, their own circus. That's just me based on what the Saudi shows are. The Saudi shows are what they want. That's what's produced. Except the last one with Triple H. So we'll see. A Hail Mary of a good thing. Triple H is just left in charge. But all these Saudi shows are, here's who we want. Here's what we want to happen. Here's what they have to wear. So it's just going to be their version of a wrestling circus.
You know,
Chelsea Green, yep.
I got another one that just hit me. I'm thinking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be blanking out on this, but was China inducted into the Hall of Fame yet? Like as an individual?
No.
Okay, because now, like I know there's been such a push for her to get her into the Hall of Fame. If this happens, that will never happen. There's no way Saudi Arabia will allow that.
So WWE just launched a new thing. It's equivalent to the 1-800-1900 numbers you call, and you get info for Mean Gene. They'll text you stuff, and they were going to release the inductees. If you subscribe to those texts, you get those texts right off the bat before any news site, and you get the text of who's going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. That just got introduced. I was going to bring that up on the Rampage live stream.
Okay. Oh wow. Zach does Rampage live streams every Friday, man. The best live stream going. He does trivia. He has a West Coast Popcast Trivia World Championship. So if you want a chance to win that trivia belt, join Zach every Friday for Rampage. It's a really good stream. And if you Rampage is quick and sometimes it's taped. If you want some other entertainment to watch, go along with it, man. Definitely check out Zach.
Yeah, this week's will be taped. Knock will watch it live and let me know all the spoilers so I can maybe play some fun games.
I'm going there tomorrow. Dynamite and Rampage. I keep thinking I'm going to Dynamite tomorrow. I keep forgetting Rampage is happening right after.
Yeah, Dark's happening too if you want to, watch that.
I'll catch some of Dark. No, I'll tell my girlfriend early, we don't have to go there early because they're going to have the Dark matches. I'll see it next week. She's like, why would you're paying for tickets. You think you're going to watch it on YouTube next week? I was like, no, it's fine. It's the Dark matches. I'm there for Dynamite.
Oh man, it's hard to explain all that.
Yeah, I should have timed this better. I should have started last week with some matches with some slow build instead of all dropping it all at once.
Yeah, and Jonesy, I think the takeover starts right after WrestleMania. I think you're right. That's the new era, and God, man. Oh, hello from Canada. We are in California, LA. So if you ever want to know when we do stuff live and we say a time, like 4 p.m. on Sundays, that is Pacific time. God, I don't want fucking Goldberg as champion.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see that, but I mean, they love him. I mean, how much do you think they'll offer The Rock though? Because they're gonna try to get The Rock.
I thought his PR people said not to do it.
for sure.
For better
But
shows.
I know they're going to offer him the boat.
I mean, DC just. I was going to make a show that just really quick. Pee Wee Barnes says no more drug testing. Wrestlers will be back on juice. I just want to mention really quick. The DC they're showing Black Adam ads for HBO Max. It's always funny because it starts off with The Rock saying Black Adam bows for no one, and I'm just thinking in my head, well, Warner Brothers, well, James Gunn, you kind of bowed for people, but that's fine. Sorry.
Oh man. Yeah, we got some shorts going on the stream too, man. Zach and Eric put some shorts together. That's been hilarious. I've really been enjoying.
Yeah, Jonesy, we're trying to get something in, get all this stuff out and get everyone's information and what they're taking in. But it's very cool to see you on the other side of the pond to get in on this. We love seeing you pop up on the chats, Jonesy. Anytime, you're welcome on the station.
That is for sure, man. Good to hear from you.
All right. Any final things? I know you got to work tomorrow and you got Dynamite and Rampage. So anything else you want to wrap it up a little bit?
I think we broke down a lot there, man. It's been a good stream. Thanks for everyone jumping in the chat.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys. Hit that like button if you can. We'll be here next week, of course. We'll be here Sunday for the stream. Tomorrow we got Dynamite up live footage. Maybe Mercedes Moné jumps in. Maybe she debuts. It'd be good to see, man. I hopefully get that recorded. But really appreciate you guys. Late stream for us, but shit's hitting the fan. It's getting crazy out here.
Yes, it is. Hopefully Mercedes does debut tomorrow. YKBs, thank you. Welcome to the station. Everyone hit subscribe if you can. Help us grow. Stone Cold, please save us from Vince. I could see Stone Cold running things. That'd be fun.
Imagine that Stone Cold as a GM Stone Cold in 2023.
All right, we're wrapping up. Everyone, thank you so much for joining the chats tonight. Let us know the Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund has now bought WWE. Rumored, nothing is official yet, but man, what the hell is going on? Thank you all so much for joining the stream. Vent in the comments if you will. I will be up hitting the lines with Tony Khan for a while, trying to get all this out of my system. So hit the comments up, especially if you're not watching live. I will comment back, and all throughout the week we comment back on everything on the channel, so definitely hit up something.
Peace out, y'all.
Catch y'all later. Take care.